Notice it's the same pitch, right? And that's not by accident. So, but the ruins were not dwellings for people or animals, so what were these ruins for? This is a big question. Why did they build more than 10 million of these structures? What were they doing with all of this? And to get the answers for that, we have to look at creation itself. We have to grapple with a deeper understanding of creation and where things seem to come from. And that's to do with sound and resonance, the source of all creation. But the moment we come up with that statement or we enter that domain, we realize and start to face the horrible truth that everything we've been told is a lie. And like I said earlier, today I'm no longer surprised, and I truly believe that every facet of our reality has been affected, manipulated, infiltrated, and poisoned with half-truths. It's not always completely a lie, but the best way to tell a lie is you keep a little bit of the truth and then you're surrounded by a lot of falsifications. And what people tend to do, what we do, because we're bleeding hearts, right? By nature, we want to be good. We want to share and create and help each other. So we always look for the good in everything. So we find the truth in the lie, and then we believe that, well, if there's a little bit of truth in there, then the rest must also be true. And that's so we actually become our own worst enemies. And this is how they can pull the wool over our eyes all the time and time again, over and over again. So we got to step out of that kind of naive position and start realizing that this is something has been going on not just the last few decades by our governments and our corporations and the banks and those that pretty much run the world, but it's been going on for centuries and it's been going on for millennia. The lies and the deceptions have been going on for thousands and thousands of years, not just the last few decades, because now suddenly we've woken up and we realize we're being lied to, so we think, oh, it must have just happened recently. No, it's been going on for bloody ever. That's the problem. So how do we now start to distinguish the lies from the truth? And I'm beginning to think that many of the ancient texts could have actually been manipulated and been written in ancient times with the intention of finding, in some future timeline, and the dumb schmucks that find it will go, oh, wow, this is ancient stuff, it was written, it must be true, it was hidden in the cave somewhere, so it must all be true. So, that's how you can also create deception down the line. By, okay, let's write all this crap down here, we'll bury it in a vault somewhere, and they'll find it at such and such a time. Or they'll guide us to finding it and discovering it. And say, oh, wow, we discovered Nag Hammadi texts, and all this, and we all believe it's all true. So we got to be really careful as what we actually believe and what has been set up for us to keep deceiving us. So I no longer bloody believe anything. I tell you, it's like, that's not true. I believe, I believe the children are our future. But there's some things I believe. And what strikes me is that the bigger the lie, the more inclined we are to believe it. Because we can't imagine that somebody would be able or have the capacity to create such a humongous lie and plan it for so long that it's just beyond our level of comprehension. Because we just can't do it. So everything in history, science, technology, health, biology, genetics, the universe around us, religion and money, obviously. But when I look up at the moon, what am I actually looking at? What is that thing up there? What the hell is it? I don't know what it is anymore. I don't know. Have you seen this one camera photographer guy? He's fantastic. He calls himself Crow 777 or something. He's been filming the moon for 4 years. And he shows clearly that the moon, every now and then, has this like glitch. Like when you watch old computers, remember old TV screens and computers, when you get this little line that went up over across your computer or across your TV screen? That's what happens on the moon. Every so often. This is like the glitch that goes zzz over the surface of the moon. So like, what? And what am I actually looking at when I look up at the moon? So, just step away from what you think is real and what you believe to be the truth, and just analyze everything from a slightly different perspective. And I want to show you an example that basically shows me that if they could lie about this, they can lie about everything. If they could pull this one off, they can pull off anything. And this is to do with the Bible. This is Miho Ledwith, my good friend that lives up in Rainier, Washington. He was the advisor to the popes at the Vatican for 17 years. He is a walking encyclopedia. He's one of the most incredible human beings you can ever meet. You can discuss anything with him and he'll launch into a deep level of comprehension of any subject: historical, Hebrew texts, cuneiform texts, Sumerians, ancient scriptures from the east, from the west, from everywhere. He knows bloody everything, this guy.